Hey guys, welcome back. We are here today at Supernova, where Comic-Con and gaming meet. I'm not here for either one of those, but I'm here for smartphone filmmaking partnered with SF3. So let's come on this journey and see what it's all about. Hi, how's it going? My name is Bernard. I'm speaking today at 11 o'clock at the Cosplay Theater for SF3. Mina, M-I-N-A. Thank you so much. And where do I just line up with everybody or just go straight in? Great, thank you so much.
Sea levels, and then on the right here, this is our coral bleaching problem. So this year we had our fourth coral bleaching event.
The cosplay stage.
Are you meeting the person?
I think so, yeah. Okay guys, I know this footage isn't groundbreaking. I'm just basically hanging out until we go on. Apparently the morning panel started late. It's super warm today. It's like planned to be like 29 odd degrees or something like that. But fun times ahead. Hopefully I don't get too sweaty on stage, and it'll be a good time for sure.
I guess please tell us a bit about yourselves, each of you, and about how you got into smartphone filmmaking. Who wants to start?
Okay guys, so I just before you guys watch some of these clips from this panel, I just want to let you guys know that the sound quality that was emanating from the actual like microphones that we were using wasn't actually good. It really wasn't. And in hindsight, now that I like review it all, I'm thankful enough that I used my own sound equipment to kind of combat that. So forgive the like bad reverb for whatever reason. I was actually gonna like initially ask for this footage from that day, and I was just like, no, that's probably a really bad idea. And yeah, now we're here. Hi, my name is Bernard.mina. I'm primarily a screenwriter and an actor. I basically picked up filmmaking, I guess, for smartphone like in 2021 as a YouTube content creator. And then I was like, oh, well, if I'm doing like YouTube videos with my phone, why not like experiment with the idea of filmmaking? And I was already familiar with screenwriting, so I thought an opportunity presented itself for me to do so on such a platform, and I made my film. So.
Brilliant. What we'll do then, Bernard, could you do, before we play your video, which one you might want to do something?
Yep. It's Never Letting Go.
So we'll have a look at that. And
Hey Beth, so good to meet you.
Yeah, you too. You have this certain aura about you today. Something's different.
Love, Nessie, I call you for love advice. Come on, give me hands.
I can't tell you what that love will look like, Caleb. I can't decide that for you.
I just want to know that I'll find love eventually.
It's inevitable.
Bet that need to be real. Like, I've had a really good time with you tonight.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, that is so sweet. That's a really sweet one. There was a drone shot in there too.
Yeah, I was really excited about that because I think SF3 was like the only one who like let you do like 10% of your footage. I was like, I think with sometimes with like smartphone filmmaking or just filmmaking in general, especially for such a device, you got to really be diverse and about your shots. And I think, just that small bit of drone footage was going to help. And yeah.
I spotted some familiar places around Brisbane. So where else did you shoot?
Yeah, so basically I shot at like the Redcliffe Pier and then New Farm Park. I remember because like my co-star in the film, she was like coming back and forth from Brisbane to Sydney. She was doing like some story producing work for My Kitchen Rules, Farmer Wants a Wife, and all this sort of stuff. And so it was like hard to kind of get her like to be on. It's like, when are you gonna be back in Brisbane? And so like the scenes itself are like spanned for like probably over a year. And yeah, just trying to make up for lost time. But yeah, like I remember when we filmed it, like New Farm Park, I was getting some footage for like the drone, and then I like hit a tree, and then my drone just like lost control. I don't know what happened to it. It like disappeared. So like I had to like go back to like DJI and say like, can you just check this? And then I had to get a replacement drone, and then we came back a week after to recapture footage. It was an interesting time. Oh, 100%. It's so good. Yeah.
James, I guess this is a question for all the listeners. With smartphone filmmaking, is there a particular editing program? Like, do you use the smartphone for that too, or is it just primarily smartphone shooting?
For me personally, I use a program called Filmora. That's it was sort of when I started making YouTube videos. It was like something that kind of really made sense, at least in terms of like the overall like layout and all that sort of stuff. But I'm slowly learning DaVinci. So that's.
And I do believe that actually understanding of that magic.
There's like a massive learning curve from it, from what I understand. So yeah.
So, a question for all of you then. Did any of you go to film school perhaps, or did you have any like film education, that sort of thing?
Yeah, for me personally, I just came from like doing a screen and stage acting course just here in Brisbane, the Australian Performing Arts Conservatory. So I guess if you're interested in that sort of stuff, that's available to you as well. But everything was kind of just like self-taught. A lot of YouTube tutorials, like anywhere to get free education. But I also sort of like on that, like I guess learning from just doing just doing and learning all at the same time. I think that's always a really good process. So.
Very specifically, actually, YouTube tutorials as well. I graduated in 2020 during COVID, and that was the pandemic with the film industry was my main reason that I ended up going to university. And then we had the strikes, of course, last year. But my mentality was just if you're working in the film industry, pretty much you're working on the promise that everything will always be uncertain and everything can take away from you in a split second. So I didn't think for me it was beneficial going to university and getting to get out to pay off for a very uncertain kind of career. So my mentality for it was literally just get out there, network, make your own stuff, and just that's literally. And it's possible. It's 100% possible. So that's kind of my mentality. I know film schools have so much stuff. But if it's something that someone's not sure about, or they're in a certain position of mindset, you don't have to go to film school to make anything.
And I think as well, you kind of have to have a bit of like a sort of entrepreneurial type of perspective and approach to it. That you've got to really kind of like, especially in the creative field, you've got to diversify yourself in as many hats as you can. Yeah.
If I had waited for film school and getting started is what allowed us to video showing that clip. So,
Yeah.
I think
Also, it's one of those that have it from the grades.
I think one of the wonderful things about industry is you don't need to agree to get a job. If you want that high level of education to learn how things go, and that is how you learn, you go for it. But my question is to get started. Yes, it has been a great reason to have training and all those. Yeah, just get started.
not knocking the degree.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, not knocking the degree. I've learned a lot. It's an amazing networking opportunity, and it's good to get some sort of like formal education for areas that you have gaps in. So, yeah, I found it quite useful so far.
I think also that's the point of like the SSC film festivals, and that's the entire idea behind just making films from smartphones. You get so much of like, 100%, it's the 10th year of SSC, biggest year, and they're really promoting it, and it's beautiful because all of you guys, you got out there, you made your first film on a smartphone. You didn't need any budgets, you just needed passion and drive and commitment, and I think that's the most important thing going to anything in the industry. That's the same thing that Super is about culture film. And a lot of people, I'm sure, are super passionate about film. So it's 100% one of those things that's like, SF3 is going to go next year, the year after. So if you just want to get out there, maybe it doesn't work out, maybe it does, but if you're just doing it with a passion and drive, great things will happen.
Yeah, I think the good thing is that like the platform exists, and it gives like basically the barrier to entry is so low. And I think that's like the other cool part as well. You can grab your friends. Like I wrote the story. I just called up a bunch of people and said, hey, can you do this for me? It's like, oh, hey, can you help help move my phone in the direction? But also like, being involved in like the industry as an actor, like over the years, like being on set for like bigger things, but also like, when you do like student films and all that sort of stuff, you get exposed to meeting cool people as well. So like I think networking is also really, really, really important. Yeah.
So contrasting the difference between traditional filmmaking and smartphone filmmaking, what's the differences?
Budget. Budget is probably one.
No, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably like budget is probably like the first one. Like if you're just run and gun and kind of just have to go with it, then just go with it. But like I think ideally what really kind of draws a bunch of people together is a story. And if the story is something that people can relate to, or the people who you're going to get involved with, like whether it's your actors or your team. Primarily, I didn't really have a team, so I just had like some like Rode mic goes and my camera, and then I would call in a friend, or I would help film myself depending on what the scenes were. And then whilst you're filming those days, say, oh hey, like when you want to go get lunch, like I'll buy your lunch for you, like. Do all that sort of stuff, making sure that you can provide snacks or something. Snacks are always really a good form of pay for like people who are not working for anything. But that's if you kind of really, that's like bare basic sort of stuff. I think budget in terms of like if you're not working with much, if you're just working with friends, snacks are a lot of help. Yeah.
From my end.
Yeah, I think like setup time is like a massive difference. Like I have, like my other side project is like I'm making a medical drama about nurses, and I filmed like last couple weeks ago, and like just to set up for like 3 Blackmagic cameras for filming multi-directional, that took like a 3-hour setup. It was insane. And then like I'm like calling everyone. This is because I'm still learning about being a producer as well, is everyone come at 8 o'clock, and like all your actors are still waiting around 3 hours later waiting to film. So like time management is like a really big thing in terms of like when you compare and contrast like smartphones to like bigger filmmaking type sort of stuff. So yeah, there's definitely like set up and set down. Oh my gosh.
I have a good question. Slightly to your right centre, that moisturiser.
Hello. When it comes to when it comes to filming, what do you prefer to film? Live actors or puppets?
Does anyone ever attempted to film with puppets for science?
Live action puppetry. I've had experience shooting with puppetry. I don't know if any of you guys know.
No, I tried Lego stop animation once. That was if you ever see good stop animation, you stop, you watch all of it, you watch that credits, you tip your hat, because that is a excellent. I haven't done any puppetry, no.
I mean, the concept would be really interesting. I mean, I saw like a puppet show probably during the last school holidays. My daughter saw a show, and like the screen state would look pretty, just landscape pretty much. Like you really couldn't work with much, but that's a very interesting idea. Most definitely.
Question you said about 4 roses.
Hi, I was just wondering how much pre-production you guys typically do for these sorts of shorter films, and also what is your go-to pre-production, the one you couldn't live without when you're getting things ready?
Pre-production.
You guys. I'm ready. I'm ready for this one.
Well, I think it's just trying to get used to like learning all the new things you have to do. Like I think trying to do a call sheet, I think that's always like that's something that I had to learn how to do. Like and then just being, I guess, yeah, like I think the call sheet is like a really important thing to learn, like especially if you're like an independent. But yeah, trying to learn like these other smaller behind the scenes sort of stuff before actually really getting into it is pretty important. Well, that's why I think when you guys were saying that like going to film school or doing all that sort of stuff, because you get to learn all that behind the scenes sort of stuff, it makes so much sense. Like you can, I guess you can learn along the way. That's perfectly fine. But having that background knowledge is pretty, really like valuable, I think. Yeah. No, I think I finished my film like last year in 2023, and then I just like let it like wait, and then I was just like, is this gonna be good? And like I have a friend who is also like a filmmaker and all that sort of stuff. It's like, oh, do you think it's good? It's like, well, you don't know if you don't really try. If you don't put your content out there, like no, you're not gonna get that feedback. And whether it's in a film festival or not, as long as you're getting the feedback that you feel, I think if people are feeling something from your story, I think that's really important. But also like getting constructive feedback from people who are also like in the industry as well, who can help like direct you in a way. I mean, we're all here today. I don't know how like you guys went, but I know that I didn't get in, so in terms of like the overall festival. But yeah.
And with smartphone filmmaking, do any of you have ambition to make, I guess, longer feature films and that sort of thing?
Yeah, most definitely for me. I already have like, I've got a full script that I wrote like a year ago. I finished writing a year ago, and I'm still deciding whether I want to put it as a smartphone, just because the content is a bit more mature. Whereas like for this platform, I kept it quite young, quite sort of in that field of like coming of age sort of stuff. But I also do have like a film that I'm working on next year, which is sort of like a coming of age baseball film. So I know a kid who plays baseball, so that's gonna be, I'm really excited for that.
When I did Chase, Hilaria, who is the name of the character, she didn't exist. I had to like pull her out of somewhere to create this world. And as I was going through it and creating this world and creating this character, I realized I really like this character. And I really like, because I gave the actress the backstory and like how she got to this point, and then what the point of this is and where it's going. So I can be easily convinced to turn our film chase and do that as a feature. That one would be interesting and a nice story to tell because of what she's got to do, where she's come from, what she's got to try and overcome, those sort of things.
Yeah, I know it's being done more and more, especially in the Hollywood system. I know there's been some like recent developments when it comes to. I think there's a film Monkey Man where they had some issue with their actual camera gear, and they just ended up shooting majority, like a large portion of the film on smartphones in order to just keep going. And I think when I was at SF3 last year, they had a feature film paralysis as well. I just think it's incredible that like you can pretty much make these films with no budget. You just need to put in like an incredible amount of time, an incredible amount of passion. And I think in the next, 5 years or so, phones are generally going to be able to keep up with your like highbrow, cinema level cameras. So we'll kind of have the perfect, knife sense it going to that level, especially with the lockdown now being achievable phones, which is something I never even thought possible. But here we are.
Yeah. And as they say in the biz, that's a wrap. Thank you very much, Ruben, Christy, James, and Bernard.
Thank you guys.
Next up, will be Nat.
So guys, I'm just taking a bit of a time out right now, and you guys kind of like left me. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Look at this guy popping up out of nowhere, calling a 1-800-SICKY right there.
Sticky, another Friday, right?
Nothing like, yeah, man. Oh. All right, guys. Well, this is gonna be a bit more interesting.
Perfectly planned every time, right?
Every time. You always come to save the day. I'm so happy now.
I'm the greatest, best friend you could ever.
I don't know what that was just then. But so far the day has been pretty wild. I'm still trying to find where Smash Ultimate is.
I took it was really spicy.
Actually, now that you mentioned it, before we teamed up and I left you behind with me, I actually did the same thing.
Really? Wow. Was it the one on the corner down there?
Probably.
Oh wow, we would have been just like one store away.
That would have been seriously awkward if we were both together on this one thing.
Alright, time to check in.
Alright, time to check in. But so far, like the overall like morning has been really, really good so far. Seen a lot of stuff. The panel wasn't as big as what we thought we were going to be, but it's fine. It was good. And I guess now George and I are double teaming.
That's it.
For the rest of the video.
Let's spit roasting later on.
Oh my gosh.
All right, where do we go? It's hard to navigate. There's not.
I think it's down this way. And we are ready to go.
We're filming. So, Bono and I, we've just been to the Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve booth. Got some stickers. Bono.
Really cool stickers. Like the guy like made it look really easy. I don't know about you. Like the guy made it sound like it was like really easy to do.
Look, it's one of those things, right? Obviously, when you start learning an editing program, there's always that huge learning curve, but you got to get the basics down right. Bono can't even control his goddamn camera.
Control the camera right now.
Anyways, I'm out of frame. You can hear my audio.
I don't know what's happening right now. Oh my God. There we go.
There we go. So basically all Bernard needs to do is go home, watch some of these training videos, and he will be 100% able to use this DaVinci Resolve very efficiently.
I think if I put like some time and effort into it, amongst probably next year, okay, like that'll be the plan. I think what I'll do is I'll like sorry. As of like next year, I think I'll probably take a bit of time to just like learn the basics of like DaVinci Resolve. And,
See, this is always the thing with Bernard. It's always like in the next few months, in the next year, I'm going to take some time.
hey man, we reached 100 subscribers before the end of the year, which was like the main goal that I achieved. So
I get it,
I'm
but
really happy with that.
you can start things today. You can go home this afternoon. You can start learning this program,
Yeah,
and you'll be able to do things in the new year, not having to wait even longer.
I think what I might have to do is like, I'll see how much data it takes up, because if it's like really like data heavy, I'm screwed. Like the rendering will just not be good at all.
Just add a new laptop or PC to your mortgage, and you'll be fine.
That would probably be the better idea. I think like if I could cheat.
Redraw time. Anyways,
from
we're
that
gonna
super.
we're gonna end it here. We're just gonna have a look around, then we will report back with what we found.
There was a guy who looked like Loki just now.
He was low key looking like Loki.
He sure was. Oh my gosh. We've been like walking for like, oh no, wait. I think I just hit my 10,000 steps, which is that's really good.
If you've done your 10,000 steps, no, I don't believe so.
No, I'm doing my 10,000 steps.
Did you go for a walk this morning?
I did actually. So 10,117 and counting.
Now, this is probably the only place where you can put the surf life-saving lottery chicks into sexy, tight outfits.
Like, honestly, low-key, I've never heard someone say, I've won a surf lifesavers like lottery. I've never heard it.
Never heard anyone say they won. Yeah, neither have I. But one day.
Respectfully, but honestly, I've never heard it. Oh my gosh.
Tote bags, Gate World collectibles.
Please supply.
This is a lot of stuff here. Lot of stuff. What are you looking at? We got some amiibos in front of us. It's plush toys. Oh, a racehorse.
I didn't even know Tekken was a card game. I know it.
There's a card game for everything, you know. People will pay for it, right? Print it on a card, they will come. You could make cards of us, and people would pay to collect them. Oh look, it's Moose. Hey Moose. Misty.
Oh, that's really awkward.
That's Moose.
No, don't do that next year.
Okay.
I think next year what I would do is like if we've got to come back here again, let's see if we can just do it for free. Well, you should do it for free. So I'll just add your name on things.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's going to be the way to go. But anyways, let's go back. There's some cool artwork over there on the right.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I sometimes see stuff like that and go, man, I wouldn't mind to have that in my house. But then I realize that I probably would only like it for a week, and then I'd be like,
Very, very true.
like who wants? I mean, really, the prints aren't big enough to be substantial, you know.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So
Got
like,
some acrylic badges and stuff. Woodwork, I don't know. Bags. I feel like as we get towards this end, the quality of the merchandise gets more. It's true though, right? We've gone from handmade stuff down to like just posters and.
Like we believe the quality has changed. The quality changes.
Bernard likes to word things in a much more polite sense. That's me, honey.
This guy. Can't take him anywhere.
Holy shit, look at this. Look at this, Bernard, in front of you.
Oh my god.
That guy's got to be at least like 8 feet tall.
You know, when you thought Warhammer was good.
Man. That is a massive Warhammer. Do you think he is as buff under the suit as what he looks like from the outside?
Look, either way, I don't really want to mess with him.
Now, behind me, about a 7 o'clock behind me, look at the tits on that thing.
Come on,
It's a rubber suit, I know, but... And because it's a rubber suit, it's perfectly fine to point it out.
Yeah. Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Hold on. Oh, let's have a look at this.
Yeah. So now, is
That
it
almost looked real? That it was.
is it a little bit creepy though?
It is.
Like the face, it's all rubber.
Yeah.
The hands.
I'm concerned.
Yeah. Do you think it is a guy?
Oh, I know it's a guy.
Oh look, Scooby-Doo. The voice actor of Scooby-Doo was here. No. I think it's from like the old movie version. But we have to have tickets to get in here, so they're gonna ask us to leave. So we better. Let's just go back down that aisle.
Let's just go back down this way. All right, guys. So we've definitely seen some stuff today, and our overall thing is, you know what? The atmosphere is kind of cool, but it's definitely not for everybody.
Yeah, look, I had some commentary there, right? Look, I went into it, I was expecting there to be a lot of nerds, really.
And we did.
And there was, but I guess what I started to learn coming through this convention was that this is a gathering of like-minded people who all just come into one place and maybe just feel a little bit more free to be themselves and do the things that they like, share an experience, share their interest, all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So from that side of things, look, I can respect it. Obviously, earlier on in this video, you might have heard me say some pretty harsh commentary about the $50 thing and all that. And yeah, look, it's pretty steep. If you just want to come and check it out, if you are new to this, yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend it. $50 is too steep. But if you're part of this culture, you're into it, you want to do the shopping, you want to mingle with like-minded people, well then $50 or the $100 pass, whatever it is, probably not too bad. So you would probably come to check it out.
Definitely. I think like even if you went for the full 3 day or sort of thing, is like if you went for a full 3 day pass and that's just all you did, like you just got into like a new camp every other day, and
what Bernard's trying to say, if you got the 3 day pass, you'd probably enjoy it. What
that's a lot of commitment, right?
What I think though is, from what I heard, there are some pretty fucking sick after parties with these sorts of events, right?
That's what I hear.
So maybe next time we come here, we have to do the full experience. You know, we do it on a Saturday or Friday.
That's right.
And then, you know, go out afterwards, experience the party, see what it's all about. Maybe we're having the fucking time of our lives. You know, we come back the next day, we mingle with our new friends. I think that's maybe what it's all about, right?
But I think ideally, overall, like we just kind of, we saw a lot but didn't do much. I was really happy because I got a couple games of Smash in. I was really happy with that. They had Street Fighter 6 on live gameplay, but they didn't have Terry. It's a bit sad. Should have had Terry. I would have won. I don't think I would have won.
No, Bernard actually won his first game of Smash Bros. Ultimate, is it?
Yeah.
Today, the first time I've ever seen him win, he won like 3 times in a row. So yeah, congratulate him on that sort of stuff. But
and then I literally lost straight after. I was like, oh man. Oh.
But yeah, overall, look, not my sort of thing. Would I recommend it to someone who's not into it? No. But if you're into it, yeah, I guess it's a huge thing to check out. It's a pretty big event, way to socialize with people. Anyways, that's sort of been the video, really, isn't it?
Or otherwise, you could do a short film with your smartphone and hopefully get picked up by SF3, and then that means that you would get a free entry pass for the whole thing. But anyway, guys, if you guys have made it this far, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you follow us, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Yes, yeah.